33 Bray, I'm back. I'm out here in the heart of nature, raising the frequency, raising the vibration, bringing in awesome energy from the sun, from the water, earth, air, and from ether itself. We're downloading from ether. So it's a beautiful day, and today I'm going to talk about sexual energy. Yeah, today I'm going at it, sexual energy, and we're going to be hitting it right on the spot. I know this is a topic people don't want to talk about, but as a responsible father, I have to talk about it. But because I've brought in kids in this world, they need to learn. Even if they don't learn directly, they can learn from this video next time. You know, it's hard to have this topic with your kids. You just always beat about the bush. But here, I don't beat about the bush. I go right on it. So I hope they'll watch this one day and get some sex education. Okay, all right. Now, the sexual energy. This is the most prudent energy that we have around. In scriptures, they talk about it. They talked about the story of the snake, on how the snake talked to the woman, and the woman ate the fruit. You know the whole of that story. Now, the sexual energy is in every being, because that is bring the force that brings in life. So we're talking about the sexual energy. We want to talk about the root chakra. I want to talk about the sacral. Those two regions. So if thinking about colors, let's go to the red color and the orange color. So sexual energy is the power of creation. That's what we use to create. In male, and there is female. Now, the sexual energy is majorly feminine in nature. When we talk about sexual energy, we're talking about feminine energies. It is the negative that goes to the positive for creation to take place, right? So both male and female have feminine and masculine energies. They exist in both. So the Kundalini energy is sexual energy. So it's a feminine energy that lies at the bottom of the spine in both male and female. So this energy, most of the time, in majority of the people, is dormant. And if it's not dormant, when it's super active, sometimes it's misused. We've always seen people who have very high sexual energy. And these same people with very high sexual energy are always high performing people in the society. You can see the two, they relate. High sexual energy and high performing. Because this sexual energy is what we use to create. So if it is high in a being, most of the times they're gonna be very high members in the society. So the only issue is maybe how you're directing your energy. Don't get me wrong. So it's about direction, because energy is not lost, it's just transformed into something else. So it's about how do you direct this energy. Now, when a man and a woman come into intercourse, they activate this sexual energy. It comes live. Their bodies become one. How do the bodies become one? Their Merkaba body is activated. So their Merkaba bodies come together. So we are not only doing a physical thing, but we're doing a spiritual thing. That's why we say now, it's now, we always say sex is spiritual. So you should always be careful whom you're doing it with, because you open your Merkabas come together and you're exchanging energy. So whatever they have, you also have. So if you don't want to exchange energy with somebody, so you understand, you have to choose the people you do you perform the act with, and also the intention is very important, because you know what you're doing here is sacred, is uh, in the four body parts we always talk about. We're talking about the spirit, talking about mental, talking about emotion, and you're talking about the physical body. So you have to check the four of them: this person's physical body, the emotional body, their mind, and the spirit. So all these four will always come together. Yeah. So you have to be careful when you're choosing a participant for such kind of activity. Now, I told you the Kundalini, the sexual energy, is always dormant in most beings and is located around below the spine. So it can be activated in many. There's so many methods that are available in activating these. I don't want to go into the methods right now, because there's so many methods out there, and I don't know, there's going to be a lot of things. Yeah. So usually it's at the bottom, the spine. So this energy has to be shaken for it to rise up the chakras until it comes to the pineal gland. Yeah, at the third eye, at the pineal gland, that is where they meet, because the masculine energy is here on top, then the feminine energy is down at the bottom. So when it comes and rises, they do a marriage at the pineal gland, and it pops, opens, and you're able to see visions and see things and plan things, and yeah, yeah. So that's how the third eye opens up. So it's always about the sexual energy. That's what I'm talking about. So you do realize that most of these people who engage in sex a lot, they have this energy easily triggered. That's why you can see even in rituals they always do sex orgies, because it's about activating and triggering the kundalini energy, sexual energy to rise. Yeah, you've heard about all these uh, boys parties and the rest that you had, and the scandals and cults that are all right. It's about they're using this sexual energy to create. In my channel, is nothing like good and bad. It's just things that people do. So the good and bad I've left to you. You decide if you wanna do it or not. Yeah. So there's so many ways to trigger this. I'll go into other methods maybe in another video. I don't want to bring into this. Just wanted to bring attention of the sexual energy, because that is what we use in creation. So it's very super powerful. You can use it especially during the full moon, like now. It's a very wonderful time to engage in it. Just about using that sexual energy and the powers of the moon to push your intention out into the universe in a powerful way and send the energy in one direction. Yeah, you can use that. One of the things that I always use for sexual energy is I practice something called semen retention. I haven't released semen for close to 2 years. So it gets reflected even in my body, the energies I have. But I'm not saying it about don't engage in sex. You can engage in sex, but don't need to release. That's a very powerful master way of transforming energy. Alchemy. Yeah. So how this works is that when you're just about this one, I can encourage even guys who are there's some sex addicts always having sex every time. So if you don't wanna waste the energy, like release this to other forms, and you want to focus it into an intention that you have. So when you're just about to release, you hold. So when you hold it, because when it was coming, you hold it when it's just about to release. Then you focus your attention at the third eye. So the sexual energy that was supposed to be released through that chakra goes up the chakras